The United States is a country of 50 states. That spans much of North America, with Alaska in the northwest and Hawaii extending the country's reach into the Pacific Ocean. The capital city is Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, is a compact city on the Potomac River, bordering Maryland and Virginia. It is distinguished by massive neoclassical monuments and architecture, notably the landmark structures that house the three branches of the federal government: the Capitol, White House, and Supreme Court. It also houses notable museums and performing arts venues like the Kennedy Center. Every year, people from all over the world visit the United States to see its stunning landmarks and landscapes. Let's find out what the top tourist attractions are in each state of the United States. Alabama. During the war, the Alabama voyaged 218,000 miles, shot down 22 enemy aircraft, and earned 9 battle stars for participating in significant action. Alaska. Kenai Fjords National Park is an area where the Ice Age is still evident, is located at the tip of the Kenai Peninsula. Arizona. Red rock layers of the Grand Canyon revealed millions of years of geological history. Arkansas. The site of a major test in 1957 of the Civil Rights Act, where the African-American Little Rock Nine pupils integrated the all-white institution. California. A suspension bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge spans the 1-mile-wide strait that separates San Francisco Bay from the Pacific Ocean. Colorado. The Rocky Mountain National Park, which spans the Continental Divide in northern Colorado, is home to protected mountains, forests, and alpine tundra. Connecticut. This historical region has been a hub for shipbuilding. Since the 1600s, more than 600 vessels were built along the Mystic River. Delaware. The beaches of Cape Henlopen draw tens of thousands of tourists who partake in activities like windsurfing, paddle boarding, clamming, and ocean swimming. Florida. The most well-known tourist destination in Florida is Walt Disney World, the centerpiece of Disney's global theme park empire. It is also by far the world's largest and most visited theme park resort. Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, is home to the Georgia Aquarium, a public aquarium. More than 11 million U.S. gallons of water are home to the thousands of animals and hundreds of species that are displayed throughout its 7 main galleries. Hawaii. Pearl Harbor, the site of the infamous air assault by Japan in 1941, is a lagoon harbor situated about 10 miles west of Honolulu, in the island of Hawaii. Idaho. Shoshone Falls is one of the greatest natural waterfalls in the United States. It is 212 feet tall and 900 feet broad, surpassing the height of the well-known Niagara Falls. Illinois. Chicago's Loop neighborhood is home to Millennium Park, a public park run by the city's Department of Cultural Affairs. It is the place where the recognizable Cloud Gate statue, often known as the Bean, is located. Indiana. White River State Park is the ideal urban retreat. Every tourist can have a unique experience at one of the city's 7 world-class attractions, which are surrounded by miles of trails and acres of open green space. Iowa. The West Capitol Terrace and the city's downtown are both visible from the top of the hill where the Iowa State Capitol is located. To its sides and front are numerous memorials and monuments. Kansas. The Monument Rocks, also known as the Chalk Pyramids, are a group of sizable chalk formations in Gove County, Kansas, that are teeming with fossils. The formations were the first Kansas landmark to be designated as a National Natural Landmark by the U.S. Department of the Interior. Kentucky. The three branches of Kentucky's state government are housed in the Kentucky State Capitol, which is a building in Frankfort. The structure has been registered in the National Register of Historic Places. Louisiana. One of New Orleans' most famous landmarks is the St. Louis Cathedral. It was first constructed in 1727 and is the country's oldest continually operating Roman Catholic cathedral. Maine. A notable lighthouse on Cape Elizabeth is Portland Head Light. The lighthouse is located on a headland at the main shipping entrance to Portland Harbor, which is part of Casco Bay in the Gulf of Maine. Maryland. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge, commonly referred to as the Bay Bridge locally, is a significant dual-span bridge in the American state of Maryland. It crosses the Chesapeake Bay and links the state's urban western shore with the rural eastern shore. Massachusetts. The Naismith Basketball Hall of Honor is a museum and hall of honor dedicated to American history. It promotes and protects basketball's heritage while also serving as the sport's most comprehensive library. Michigan. Michigan Supreme Court is a museum-style gallery filled with exhibits, hands-on activities, and computer programs to help demystify the judicial branch of state government. Minnesota. The 36-foot-tall Duluth Harbor North Pier Lighthouse was constructed in 1910. It is situated at the conclusion of the 720-foot-long concrete breakwater of the Duluth Ship Canal and is made of steel and cast iron. Mississippi. The principal river and second longest river in the country's largest drainage basin is the Mississippi River. It is the 9th largest river in the world by discharge and the 4th longest river overall. Missouri. The 630-foot-tall Gateway Arch is a landmark in St. Louis. It is the tallest arch in the world and the tallest accessible building in Missouri. It is made of stainless steel and constructed in the shape of a weighted catenary arch. Montana. Freshwater lakes are abundant in the state of Montana, and many of them may be found in Glacier National Park and the areas around it, in the northwest of the state. Nebraska. Bob Carey Pedestrian Bridge. Passengers can enjoy a breathtaking view of Omaha's skyline and a sensation of practically being in the air on this magnificent 3,000-foot-long walkway. Nevada. The neon-lit strip is the epitome of Las Vegas, lined with expensive gambling hotels, along with gambling floors. The sizable hotel complexes provide a range of stores, restaurants, and entertainment spaces for all types of shows and performances. New Hampshire. Market Square in Portsmouth. A historic and well-designed square street scene is best created by Market Square and the surrounding streets. 19th-century historical structures coexist peacefully with contemporary construction on the streets. New Jersey. Former Governor Alfred E. Driscoll, who promoted and oversaw the building of the Garden State Parkway, as well as the New Jersey Turnpike, was honored with a formal renaming of the bridge in 1974. His name is now Driscoll Bridge. New Mexico. The name Shiprock, which translates to rock with wings, comes from the Navajo. Rock climbers looking for a challenge as well as photographers enjoy visiting this spot. The Shiprock area was also once populated by the ancient Pueblo people. New York. In 1924, Statue of Liberty was made a national monument, a symbol of the liberty-loving cultures of France and America. Now, it represents freedom on a global scale. North Carolina. Tryon Palace was the official house and administrative center of the British governors of North Carolina from 1770 to 1775, formerly known as Governor's Palace. The palace was frequently the focal point of official events and hospitality. North Dakota. Theodore Roosevelt National Park was named after the former president. This is where the Great Plains meet the rugged Badlands, a habitat for bison, elk, and prairie dogs. Ohio. In Columbus, Ohio State University's campus is home to the American football stadium known as Ohio Stadium. The Ohio State Buckeyes uses it largely as their home field. Oklahoma. Oklahoma State Capitol is home to hundreds of artworks, located throughout 6 floors of rotundas, corridors, and galleries. The Oklahoma State Capitol is the only capitol in the world surrounded by working oil wells. Oregon. Multnomah Falls, a prominent waterfall in Oregon, is especially stunning when it is partially frozen. The fall's year-round stream, which is sustained by rainwater and snowmelt, makes them a year-round tourist destination. Pennsylvania. A family theme park called Hershey Park is located in the east of the country. This is Pennsylvania's biggest amusement park. Hershey Park has a 115-year history of being a family-friendly, environmentally friendly destination. Rhode Island. Classic New England saltwater coastal beachfront Narragansett Town Beach has some of the nicest, cleanest, and most easily accessible conditions for locals and visitors in New England. South Carolina. The Grand Strand's focal point is Myrtle Beach, a city and resort on South Carolina's Atlantic coast. It's renowned for its golf courses that famous people have developed. There are arcades, gift shops, and restaurants along the boardwalk that runs along the beach. South Dakota. Mount Rushmore National Memorial, the birth, development, and preservation of the United States of America, are depicted by the majestic figures of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Tennessee. Centennial Park, Nashville's top urban park, is proudly dominated by the Parthenon. It is an exact replica of the Parthenon in Athens, Greece. In 1897, it was constructed as a component of the Tennessee Centennial Exposition. Texas. The Pennybacker Bridge in Austin is a through-arch bridge across Lake Austin which connects the northern and southern sections of the Loop 360 highway, also known as the capital of Texas Highway. Utah. A wildlife park in southwest Utah called Zion National Park is known for its towering red rocks in Zion Canyon. Its main portion is traversed by Zion Canyon Scenic Drive, which connects to forest trails that follow the Virgin River. Vermont. A 306-foot-tall stone obelisk, known as the Bennington Battle Monument, can be found in 15 Monument Circle, Bennington, Vermont. The monument honors the Battle of Bennington, which took place during the American Revolution. Virginia. Arlington National Cemetery is one of 2 cemeteries in the United States National Cemetery System that are maintained by the United States Army. Nearly 400,000 people are buried on its 639 acres in Arlington, Virginia. Washington State. In Seattle, Washington, the Space Needle is an observation tower. It has been recognized as a Seattle landmark and is regarded as an emblem of the city. It was built in the Seattle Center for the 1960 World's Fair. West Virginia. In Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, the Potomac River is crossed by a rail-land trail bridge, close to where it meets the Shenandoah River. Jefferson County's Harper's Ferry serves as the state's lowest point. Wisconsin. The Wisconsin State Capitol in Madison, Wisconsin, contains both chambers of the Wisconsin Legislature, as well as the Wisconsin Supreme Court and the Governor's Office. It was completed in 1917. Wyoming. The Snake River is a major river in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States, with a length of 1,078 miles. It is the longest tributary of the Columbia River, which is the largest North American river that empties into the Pacific Ocean. Thank you for watching. See you again on my next video. And don't forget to subscribe.